Hi, it's Stephanie, and this is the fourth screener in a series, a five-part series that I'm doing on the stephanieharnett.ca website that I built using PowerPoint 2007 and Articulate Studio 09. This one I wanted to focus on the whiteboard effect that I have in an area called Approach as part of the website. You can see I'm in PowerPoint right now, but what I want to do is just pop over to the website. This is the home page of the website. If I click on the Approach button, I'm taken into an area of the site that contains a whiteboard, and there is some narration that's occurring here. I have the speakers turned down low, but I'm actually speaking about the production process of creating e-learning, and as I'm doing that, different things are appearing up on the whiteboard, whether that be text or arrows or boxes or what have you. I also have in the upper right corner a continue button that when you click that, basically it just goes to the next slide in the slide deck. So if I click continue, it's going to start a different narration track and animate different pieces of information. Click continue again. I can just let this all go through, of course, as well, and so I'm not skipping ahead, but I can jump ahead if I want. And then some more animations are happening. So each of these animation sequences are happening on a slide of their own, and the continue button is just moving forward to the next slide. So let me show you how I set this up in PowerPoint, and you can see I'm in the middle of it right here. So let me just move up to the top of the slides containing the whiteboard. And the whiteboard, there's two master slides that are associated with these series of slides in normal view. The whiteboard itself was created just using a rectangle in PowerPoint, and it's one of the common elements that I'm using in the website itself. And then all the other elements are in the elements file that I have. I did a screener on this earlier. And you can see that I've got a number of animations happening here. It's actually, this is a relatively light series of animations. Some of the next screens have quite a few animations in them. But essentially what I did was I just wrote a script of what I wanted to say. I broke it down into logical sequences. So that's why there's kind of one whiteboard for one sequence of information, another whiteboard that talks about another topic, and so on and so forth. So I broke it down that way so that I had a nice logical separation, and it was easier to edit as well if I don't have as much information on every single, particularly as many animations on every slide. So here I've got a number of animations though, and these animations, when I built the animations, I used the on-click button, or sorry, the on-click feature, so that for any items that I knew that when I was narrating, I'd want to trigger that animation to happen at a certain point during narration. So I chose the on-click start to be able to do that, and the reason why I did that is that's the way Articulate works, that whenever there's an on-click, when you do the sync animations with your audio and your animations, then you're listening to your narration, and then you're saying next animation, and it's just picking up the next on-click in your sequence of animated effects. So if I have information that I want to automatically animate after an on-click, then I don't use on-click. I just use the regular after previous or with previous features of PowerPoint. But the next point in my narration where I want something to very specifically appear when I'm saying a certain word, then I use on-click again and continue that process all the way through. So not everything's an on-click, just the major points where I want to time it perfectly, and then I have other animations that follow that automatically. And that's the approach I've used for all of the slides here. You can see this one's actually quite a complicated one. There's lots of little bits. It's creating a stop motion effect. So I've got these little post-its that come in, and they just, they appear, they disappear, they appear, they disappear, kind of following each other, and that creates a little bit of a path effect. So if I click the play button, I can show you what that looks like. So you can see it kind of comes in as a stop motion. A few other elements pop in on the screen, and it continues on. Again, the narration is also going at the same time. For some of the other effects that I've done here is, and let me just slide down a little bit, behind these post-its that are on the left side is a single image that shows the post-its in place but grayed out. So it's giving the effect as you're going through it that you've already talked about this particular capture topic, and now you're onto the synthesize or onto the prioritize. So as you move through the presentation, you can see that as I finish one topic, it gets dimmed out and other animations begin to occur. So that's the idea of the whiteboard, and hopefully you find that helpful.